We have Still Tickin on the phone with us right now from Waterloo, Iowa. It's Derek and Ben, right?
That's correct.
Derek and Ben. Derek, what do you do in the band, man?
I play drums and pretty much overall manager, booking, merch, anything you can think of.
and Ben, what do you do in Still Tickin?
I play lead guitar and I do some backup vocals.
Excellent. Well, welcome into the Bastard Inn, gentlemen. We appreciate it. You guys, Still Tickin was formed in 2006, and from what I read online, you guys had a bit of a rough start. You played your first few shows without a bass player, and Ben, you were on crutches. Explain how all that went down, man.
Yeah, actually, I got into a dirt bike accident about 3 months before I joined the band, and then we started the band. I was just out of a wheelchair. Played our first couple of shows. I was still in the boot and kind of walked on stage in crutches. I had to get a stool. Then once we got that all cleared up, we picked up our bass player, and then we just kind of took off. It was great.
Nice. So the first couple of shows without a bass player, the bass is obviously an important part of a band. How did you guys overcome that to get the sound to get people interested?
We just kind of filled up the noise with some bass playing from the guitars and just some heavy rhythms. We started our first show. It was just an open mic night at a bar, believe it or not, and just everyone came out and saw it, and they all liked us. So we thought, we should play a couple more, and then once we found someone who fit, it was just worked out perfectly.
So just a note to everybody out there that playing in a band and racing dirt bikes doesn't mix. It just doesn't.
Does if you don't crash.
I suppose. Hey guys, E-Dub here. Still Tickin released their first CD, your first CD, last September. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that, how it's doing, and have there been any reviews regarding the CD? Tell us about that.
We get quite a bit of fan reaction. We had a couple songs that we went in the studio for, and then we added some live tracks that we had recorded from a show that we had did. And the live tracks, quality-wise weren't the best, but the studio tracks, we got a lot of good feedback just from fans overall. A lot of bar owners and venue owners were really liking it, and a few local radio stations are starting to pick it up. So,
what's the most common reaction you get? The most common thing people say about your music?
Very high energetic.
So that's regarding your live shows?
No, about the live show and the music overall.
Yeah, okay. Very cool.
And a lot of people, I think, are surprised that we actually incorporate 3 vocalists. And no one's really a lead singer.
I noticed that listening to the... I've never seen you guys, obviously, but I kind of noticed the different voices listening to the songs that you sent me, that there was more than one person singing.
Yeah, I'm the only one who doesn't sing in the band, actually.
Derek, what's in your iPod right now? What kind of tunes are you listening to?
Right now I'm listening to Silence is Broken, quite a bit of the Deftones. I just cannot get that out of there.
What about you, Ben? What are you listening to these days?
I've been listening to a lot of Head PE and Bubbleflex.
That new song that Bubbleflex on, that the FM stations are playing every 20 minutes, it's a good song, but it's going to be painful to listen to pretty soon, you know what I mean?
I hear you. They play it a lot. I don't listen to a lot of radio, but I've been hearing things.
So you guys have been around for a while now. You're becoming quite the established band. What's your goal? I mean, where do you see Still Tickin heading in the future here?
Right now, we really just want to release a solid EP, and we got to get back in the studio now. We just recently finished recording 3 tracks, and I think that's our main goal as of right now for the summer, but we're just going to keep kicking it on the stage and put on the best show we can.
That's awesome, guys. So if our listeners out there want to come and see Still Tickin, where can they do that and when?
The next few shows we have are in our hometown or the hometown area. This Saturday we're actually doing a rare acoustic show at a small town bar called the Cornerstone Tap in Gilbertville. And then the following Saturday, we're actually opening up for Taproot at Spicoli's there in Waterloo on University Ave.
I see that on your Facebook. That's pretty exciting, huh?
That's a big show for you guys.
It's always great to open for national bands you hear on the radio.
Absolutely. And if we wanted to get a hold of Still Tickin', how do we do that? What is your website?
Right now, until we actually get our EP out, we're sticking into the social networks, which would be facebook.com/StillTickinBand. And we're also on ReverbNation.com/StillTickin'. And right now we have 2 free MP3 downloads up on there.
And those are 2 of the 3 that I'm going to play from you guys, too. We have High on Life in the playlist, also Midnight Coffee and Scream for Your Service. The first tune I want to play is High on Life. I kind of like this tune. Tell us a little bit about it. Ben, why don't you take that?
Yeah, this is just a song that we made up. It's probably about 3 times ago, right after we recorded our first 2 on the EP, and we just kind of threw it together one day and tweaked it a little bit after that, and it's just a very high-energy song, super fun to play live, and we all sing in it, and we just have a great time with it.
Let's check it out. Still Tickin' in the Bastard. And before you go, though, I got it. Since you're from Iowa, I have to get this in. You guys are Badger fans, right?
Them fighting words.
Nice.
All right, brothers. Hey, we appreciate you taking the time out and talking with us here today. Let's hear some Still Tickin' right now. High on Life. You're in the Bastard Den on Max Inc. Radio. Radio for the people.